I'll just come in and talk to everybody about how do we get started in accomplishing our goals from our current situation, right? So we have something called the problem solving process, right? So if there's any problem within our life, and it doesn't matter which realm it's in, whether it's physical, financial, spiritual, educational, or mental, right? We have to identify the problem. Most times we don't identify the problem because we're not willing to accept that there is a problem. But once we accept that there is a problem, we identify it. Now we can determine a goal for that problem. Where do we want to be? So once we figure out where we want to be, we can then say, these are the steps, or what steps are needed to get to that goal. So, and we talked about before what a goal is. A goal is a vision, something you have in the future, which you put a date on it, right? So by you doing so, it allows you to say, okay, I'm going to do this in a week, in a month, in a year, right? And now you have small achievable steps in between there that's going to keep you motivated to keep you going to get to those goals. A lot of times we don't get to our goals because we don't even know where to start at, right? So I would tell you start right where you at with what you got. And a lot of people are like, oh, well, I don't have what I need. Well, let's do the research and see what you do have. And if you're something you don't have, who has that? And how can you leverage your skills or money or whatever you do have to get that from them to provide you that input or that value that you need to create to get to your goal. And this comes to making a plan, right? Because you're making a plan to get, or a solution to get there, right? You know, Earl Nightingale said, all you need is the plan, the roadmap, and courage to press on to the destination. When you get in your car or you get in anywhere, you always put in the GPS where you're going, right? So you can know exactly where you're going. So why don't we do the same exact thing in life? You got to make sure that people are, that you are able to get to your goals, and you got achievable stuff, because you don't want to get goals that's too big, right? Because you jump too far ahead, you fall off, right? Because you're like, man, I'm going to lose, if you're talking about weight, I'm going to lose 50 pounds in 3 months. Is it possible? Yes. Is it healthy? No. Right? So you should lose anywhere from 6 to 8 pounds a month if you're talking about weight, right? Essentially what it is we can't go from 1 to 100. We can't get to, we can't lose 50 pounds in a month, right? So you have to make those small achievable steps that's going to keep you motivated. If I lose 3 pounds this month, oh man, that's a win. So you got to base off of that. So now next month, like, hey, next month, let me see if I can lose 4 pounds, so forth and so on. The same thing with saving money. If I can make this amount of money this month, I make $100 this month that I was able to save. So let me see if I can save $101 next month. Now you begin to create traction. And as you get traction, you get motivated, you do more and more and more and more. So you get better. So you change who you are and change your current situation to go to the next situation. And we learned something that I learned in the military is about gathering the twos. And that's what I was talking about. Find out your who's. Who has an expertise in an area that you want? Something that you need to know. You may be an expert in management, but you have somebody that's an expert in finance. Or you have somebody that's an expert in organization or supply. So now you're going to be able to bring all these people from logistics all together to help you get to your goal, to create that state of euphoria that you have in your mind, that goal that you had, that date you set, December 31st of 2022, you want to make $100,000. Guess what? Now you're making $100,000. Who can help you make $100,000? Now let me look, okay, this guy talking about making money, or this guy talking about making money, or this person has a mentorship, or better yet, I can do passive income. I can get passive income from the stock markets. I can get passive income from investing in somebody else's stuff, right? So now I can do affiliate marketing. So now I'm beginning to make money passively while I'm asleep. And that's how you're going to build generational wealth financially. But you still there's other parts of the generational wealth you're going to have to still keep in mind, to include your spiritual, physical, financial, educational, and mental. Because that mental part is a big thing, right? A lot of people, they kind of skip over that and they don't look at the mental aspect of things, right? They don't look at their mental health, right? They're like, oh, well, I'll get to it when I get to it, but let me get this done out the way first. But the problem is, you're never going to get to those things. You're never going to get those out the way because you're always going to be mentally in mental distress.